Hi, this is a short video in reference to the destiny of President Trump and the destiny of North America. Many people have already discovered many predictive programmings about this in several movies, and many people want to know if he's going to be murdered or not, and when. Well, because of the great conjunction that is going to happen at the end of this year between Jupiter and Saturn, that it is historical, I have already said that if that kind of stuff is going to happen, then it has to happen at the end of this year. And now we're going to see how this information is also supported by the movie Mars Attack, that has programmed in the subconscious of the masses this scenery. In the movie Mars Attack, it's important to clarify that Mars is the ancient god of war and has been admitted by the creators that the character of the President of North America was based on Trump, the current President of America, who precisely in his campaign has heavily promoted flights to Mars and used prominently the war narrative. In the movie, the actor that plays the president plays two characters, and the other character is a casino owner, exactly like Trump was in the past. And this also makes a reference to the famous Two Trumps meme.
There is no way that we can lose. Whoa!
In the scene of the casino that is destroyed, we can clearly see the planets Jupiter and Saturn and the eclipse, next to a stream of stars, just like the Milky Way, just below some kind of giant eye, exactly like the constellation of Ophiuchus, the eye that is exactly above the Milky Way, where will happen the great eclipse at the end of 2020, and right next to two pillars of Saturn, that, like I already explained in past videos, represent the sign of Aquarius and Capricorn, both ruled by Saturn and representing the top of the zodiacal pillars. And it is where the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn will happen, right after the great eclipse at the end of 2020. Then the president is also murdered by the Martians with a hand that is identical to a scorpion, which sting is exactly on the heart of the Milky Way, exactly where the president gets stabbed with the scorpion sting. And it is the sign and constellation where the sun enters at the end of October and November and represents the death of the king, which would be the sun, to be reborn later. Finally, the president dies on a circle that is exactly as a zodiacal wheel, with a flag showing the famous Illuminati pyramid and eye of the New World Order. The meaning of the symbol has been highly debated, but its practical meaning is it's in occult astrology, and we can find it in the pyramid relic that shows Orion in its base, and the Orion constellation being the one that is in the south of the Milky Way. Let us see that the eye on top would be the constellation that is in the north of the Milky Way. That, like I already shown, is the eye of the constellation of Ophiuchus. In fact, this pyramid has 13 steps even in the dollar bill, and Ophiuchus constellation is the so-called 13 sign, and this pyramid also has a ultraviolet mode that can be seen on the dark, making a reference to the sun and also the moon crossing that constellation, meaning an eclipse, exactly like it is going to happen on December 2020, just one day before the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn starts. And there is the possibility that Trump already knows this, because he loves to speak in code. And in his picture, touching his Star of Fame, we can see that he does a symbol that even simulates the picture of the dead president in Mars Attack. The dead president on the floor formed precisely a 5-pointed star, with the arms, the legs, and the head, and the 2 fingers that Trump uses to touch the star form a pyramid, exactly like the flag the dead president has on top. This doesn't mean that it is what is going to happen, but it is what is programmed. And if it is going to happen, some kind of situation like this one, most likely is due to the Great Conjunction is in this year. If this doesn't happen now, then it never will. Okay, this was all for now. Thanks for watching.